Hey everybody, it's your girl Miss Jewcee. Okay, I don't know, but I feel like the tatas look extra. Okay, just a little extra. And they're not. They're really just not. So how about we try to just go like that? I don't know. This ain't gonna work, but we'll figure something out. Hey y'all, come on in. Tell a friend, it's your girl. Hello. Let everybody come on in. Hello. Hey Prince, how you feeling? I hope you're feeling better. Hey. 1960 Man Mega. Thank you for joining my YouTube page. Appreciate it. Hey everybody, come on in. Tell a friend. It is just I this evening. Excuse the cough, excuse the lateness. Oh, I had to rush to get here. Woo, out of breath. I don't know, y'all, but my boobies look extra. Okay. And honestly, I think it's just the bra. I don't know. Anyway, they look extra. We're gonna try to ignore them. Fat chance on that, huh? Come on in. Tell a friend. Yes, I know it is you, Mr. Cole. Yes, I do. My boobies are always extra. Well, they being extra today. All right, y'all. Hello, everybody. Everybody say hi. I know we've got quite a few viewers popping on, so make sure you let us know where you're from. Come on in. Tell a friend. Join us. Pass on the link. If you're joining us for the first time on YouTube, please push the like and subscribe button. Yes. I know, I got the extra going on tonight. So far, it is just me. So it. I hope I can do this by myself. It's been a minute, okay? It has been a minute, but I think I can. And if anyone wants to join me live, let me know. I'll allow you to join live tonight. So, but we're going to be talking about a great topic again. We talked about this last week, and so we're going to kind of finish it. We kind of got a little off kilter, which is okay. that happens on this show all the time, but we wanted to kind of finish it up a little bit tonight with some commentary and some input from you guys. So we're going to be doing misogyny part deux. Part deux. So yeah, everybody get ready for that. I'm excited. Come on in, tell a friend, tell a friend. We got the chat going. Hope everybody's had a great week. Once again, I am your girl, Ms. Jewcee. Yes, yes. Just getting a couple things together here for everybody. Hello, Lorenzo. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get it started. Yes, we are. Once again, I am your girl, Miss Jewcee, and welcome to Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am holding it down by myself tonight. Okay, so if somebody wants to come on live, let me know. I'll get you on here with me so we can have some fun. So, otherwise, please make sure you put your comments in. If you are on our YouTube page, please hit like and subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. I'm trying to grow my YouTube presence, so it's going to take me a little bit of time, but I'm learning, and that's, for me, half the battle right there. Half the battle. So just want to welcome you to another marvelous Monday on Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I am your hostess with the mostest, Ms. Jewcee. And tonight my boobies are being a little extra. I don't know what is going on, but they look extra big. And they're not quite that big, okay? So we're just going to, I don't know, can I sit this on them? Interesting. So hopefully by next week I'll be back in my office. So that would be fabulous. So we're going to work on that so that we can do that. What is my YouTube link? It is Ms. Jewcee on YouTube. MZJEWCEE. I honestly don't know how to add the link in here. She said life size. You stupid. Yeah, they're life size, all right. Okay, guys. So I know I don't know how to see, don't they look like it? They do. They look life size. They look way life size. They look crazy. And I know it's just because I have a fabulous bra on. Trying to see if I can find how I can get you all the link. Hang on. I'm getting the link. I am getting the link. If I can get this really quick, give me 2 secs. 2 secs. They are spectacular. Well, never mind. She got it. Thank you, Prince. Appreciate it, because I don't know what I'm doing when I do all that. Hey, Romeo. Peace and blessings to you as well. We're just getting started. And if you guys look at Prince in the comments, you can see the link for my YouTube channel. And I was just trying to do the same thing. I'll put it in here again just so we have it a couple of times. So there we go. We got it in there a couple of times for you guys. So Sarah's the host. It's Sarah from Prince. So if you are not on, please join. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. So tonight we are going to start off with, of course, what we always start off with, which is our NFL scores. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And it looks like I said, tonight it's going to just be me. Maybe Purple Reign will pop in a little later on. But right now, we got the Battle of Texas. Oh, never mind. Well, there's a flag on the play, so that's going back. Never mind. Well, let's see what the flag is. So it looks like Dallas just scored, but there's a flag on the play. So we'll see. But right now it's the Texans 17 and the Cowboys 10. Second quarter with 1:47 to go. We're going to see if this gets brought back, because it looks like the Texans just scored a touchdown and he was off to the races. But don't see anything right now, so we're going to continue on. So the Texans 17, the Cowboys 10 currently is the score that I have for them right now. Let's move on, shall we? We've got the Commanders and the Eagles, and it looks like those Eagles flew right over the Commanders and beat them 26-18. The Commanders are now 7-4, and the Eagles are 8-2. They flying high, ain't they? Okay, your Packers and Bears, and it looks like the Packers squeaked one out over the Bears, 20-19. The Packers are 7-3. The Bears are 4-6. Jaguars and the Lions. Okay. Okay, Lions. We see you, Detroit. We see you. Did the Jaguars get off the plane? Because the Lions whipped your ass 52-6. Damn. Okay, so the Jaguars are 2-9 and the Lions are now 9-1. The Raiders and the Dolphins. Whoo, that was a score over there, 52. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Raiders and the Dolphins. The Dolphins beat the Raiders 34-19. The Raiders are now 2-8. The Dolphins are 4-6. The Rams and the Patriots. Looks like the Rams squeaked this out over the Patriots, 28-22. The Rams are now 5-5, and the Patriots are 3-8. The Browns and the Saints. Yeah, looks like the Saints whooped the Browns' ass 35-14. I don't know what's going on with the Browns. I'm still a fan. However, I don't know what the problem is. The Browns are now 2-8, and the Saints are now 4-7. The Ravens and the Steelers. Oh, that was an interesting game. It looks like it's a divisional game, and the Steelers squeaked it out a little bit, 18-16. The Ravens are now 7-4. The Steelers are 8-2. Vikings and the Titans. Vikings beat the Titans 23-13. Your Vikings are now 8-2. The Titans are 2-8. The Colts and the Jets. It looks like the Colts beat the Jets just by 1 point, 28-27. The Colts are now 5-6. The Jets are 3-8. Falcons and the Broncos. Ooh, the Broncos whooped the Falcons' ass, 38-6. Both teams are 6-5. Your Seahawks and 49ers game. It looks like the Seahawks beat the 49ers 20-17. Seahawks are 5-5, and the 49ers are 5-5. Chiefs and the Bills. Looks like the Bills beat those Chiefs. Yay! The Bills won 30-21. The Chiefs are now 9-1, and the Bills are 9-2. The Chargers beat the Bengals 34-27. The Bengals are now 4-7, and the Chargers are 7-3. The teams that had to bye were the Panthers, the Giants, the Buccaneers, and the Cardinals. And those are your wonderful, fantastic NFL scores. Yay! Don't give the Browns score, honey. I have to. I love my brownies, but I don't know what the hell they doing. I don't. I give up. Um, let's talk about the calves. Yeah. Let's talk about the calves. Yeah, let's do that. Yay, Cavs! Keep going. The Cavs are undefeated, y'all. Cavaliers are undefeated. They're like 14, 15, 20,000 and oh, we're gonna take it right now. They're doing well in the championship. They play tomorrow, so go Cavs! Got to make it happen. Go Cavs! Gotta make it happen because the Browns ain't doing shit. No, what's going on with them? Don't drink the water at the stadium. I don't know. Can't tell you. Can't call it. Can't tell you. So tonight, guys, we are going to be venturing back into the topic of misogyny. And it's very important that we continue this conversation because we did not get a chance to really finish it last week. We got a little sidetracked, but that's okay. That's all right. That happens on this show. So please feel free to oh we're 15-0 now. I missed one of the games. No, yeah, I guess we won last night. Duh, 15-0. Thank you. We doing a damn thing. That's all I can say. We're undefeated and the Cavs looking good. And we're gonna just go Cavs. We're just gonna go Cavs. I don't just somebody do something. That's all we ask. So we're gonna continue our topic on misogyny. And that was the topic we started with last week, and had really good discussion on it, and we want to continue that discussion because we didn't get into a couple of things that I would like to get into. So once again, let me give you the definition because I think it's always important that we have definitions of words because sometimes people like to embellish on stuff that it's not even the definition. So we are going to do just that here. We're going to read to you. A lot of people say that misogyny is hatred of, contempt for, or prejudice against women or girls. It is a form of sexism that can keep women at a lower social status than men, thus maintaining the social roles of patriarchy. Misogyny has been widely practiced excuse me, for thousands of years. It is reflected in art, literature, human social structure, historical events, mythology, physiology, and religion worldwide. An example of misogyny is violence against women, which includes domestic violence, and it is most extreme forms misogynist terrorism and femicide. Misogyny is also often operates through sexual harassment, coercion, and psychological techniques aimed at controlling women and by legally or socially excluding women from full citizenship. In some cases, misogyny rewards women for accepting an inferior status. So that's a little bit about misogyny, a little bit of a definition of it, a little bit of how it is developed or how it is utilized against women. And I also want to add this portion to this. Misogyny can be understood both as an attitude held by individuals, primarily by men, and as a widespread cultural custom or system. Sometimes misogyny manifests its obvious and bold ways, manifests in obvious and bold ways. Other times it is more subtle or disguised in ways that provide plausible deniability. So, as we all know here lately, we've had an election that we have a misogynistic pig that has become the president of he's a president-elect. He is not sworn in as president yet. He is a president-elect. And we are already seeing, as women in this country, some of the misogyny that is taking place. In the United States and throughout the world, misogyny is alive and well, especially in a lot of different cultures and a lot of different parts of the country, as well as it's alive and well in the United States. One of the biggest proponents that just took place is the reversal of R.V. Wade. And that was a clear slap in the face to women, and basically defiles women, belittles women, allows laws that should not be on anybody's books to be in place and women to die. The hardest thing for me about this topic is the following. As a woman, as a Black woman, as a woman that is a product of the 60s, that knows where we came from and where we made it to, and now is watching us go backwards. Childbirth is difficult enough without not being able to get the proper health care that a woman needs to successfully have the birth of their child, or have a healthy birth of her child, and also maintain her own health. To know that we are reversing something that was put in place over 50 years ago to protect women, to help women, to allow women to make choices, is kind of the craziest thing that I could possibly witness. People died so that this type of thing could stop. And now we have people dying again, women especially dying again, because our government, in all of its infinite wisdom, has decided to put it back in the states where it was taken away from the states originally. So we're backtracking. And while we're backtracking, we are damaging and hurting women. When you're trying to control someone, you do things that in actuality hurt you as well. Women dying is not a good thing. Women having babies that are going to be born with disabilities, may have to go to they may have to go to term with babies that are not going to be able to sustain a viable life outside of the womb. There's a lot of trauma that happens with this, and it's not just for the woman, but it's also for the husband, it's for the family, it's for other children that might be excited to have a little brother or sister, and it doesn't happen. It's a very traumatic experience, and everyone that's in the family or in the community will feel the loss of a child or of a mother during childbirth. The basis behind the change, the underlying basis behind the change, I will say, is to keep women in their place. Is to also, to me, it is also to make women feel that they do not have the right to control what happens to their bodies. It also affects a woman's psyche, her mental health is damaged, her psychological health is damaged. Um, there are fear factors that go into this now when you get pregnant. You're not understanding that there's going to be a lot of women that aren't going to want to get pregnant because the outcome could be bad, and there's no way to fix that. There's no way to take care of it properly. Women are not stupid. They're not dumb. They're very intelligent. They understand what is being said, what is being done, and they know their bodies better than probably a lot of doctors or nurses that are actually handling their cases. But most importantly, they know their bodies better than the politicians that are trying to make these rules and regulations across the land. This is not being done to help women. This is being done to control women. And that's what misogyny attempts to do. A person that is misogynistic is a person that is trying to control a woman, trying to keep her in her place, so to speak. What we need to remember and what we need to focus on is the following. Women have been in the fields just like men, picking cotton, if we're looking at Black women. Uh, one of another very difficult crop to nurture is rice. Women were out in the rice fields, um, planting the rice, and so on and so forth. There are women that have been doing everything since the beginning of time. Women are strong. Women are athletic. Women are, you know, chopping wood. They're working on cars. They held it down during World War II here in the United States. We had Rosie the Riveter. We had women in the workforce. We had women playing professional sports to keep everyone here at home in the States uplifting their spirits. So we had women professional baseball players while the men were off to war. Um, we have women that are doing great things and have done great things throughout history. You have women that are mathematical geniuses. If you've ever seen the movie, which I had no idea it even existed, and this was part of Black history because they hide our history from us. But to watch um, women that helped put man on the moon, okay, uh, that figured out how to get him there, how to get him home. We're not given enough credit, and it's really very, very sad because guess what? There's only two species on this planet that we need to care about, and that's men and that's women. To continue to belittle women, to continue to dog women, to continue to make women feel less than, what what advantages do you think that brings? Most of you have cell phones. Did you know that a woman was a part of the inventions of the different things on the cell phones, from women and Black men adding cameras and different. I mean, it's crazy how women don't get the credit for a lot of the things that we have done, along with being able to raise a family, along with being able to be educated, along with um, being able to be more than just an object for sex. We're more than that, and it's unfortunate that People don't see us, some folks don't see us, a misogynistic person doesn't see us as really a partner or a helper. They only see us as someone that is weak, someone that's going to build up their ego, someone that's going to make them feel good. They're not here to do anything for us. Misogyny probably started around, according to everything that I have read, around the 17th century. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always been here. Women, a lot of times, have had to work right beside the men. Women know how to hunt, they know how to plant, they know how to tan leather, they know how to cultivate the fields, they know how to fish, they know how to cook, they know how to clean, they know how to build. But yet and still, but yet and still, in this day and age, 2024, in this year of our Lord, we still have to fight tooth and nail to prove who and what we are. We have so much more that we should be able to give as a culture, as a people, and we are held back by antiquated thought processes and by thought processes that, quite frankly, don't make any sense. I don't know why misogyny even exists when you sit back and you think about how people are, how women are, how men are, how couples are. When you stop and you think about it, there really isn't any room in our thought process for this because it really doesn't work. It really doesn't go together. It really doesn't make any sense. It says there is a big problem with this issue. MAGA women are fully on board with the idea of white male dominance. I've heard a couple of them speak. A couple have YouTube channels. I don't think that all MAGA women would be on board with this type of treatment. And why I say that is because there are people out there that, and there are women out there that are submissive to their men. I get it. I understand. I am a submissive, and I would be submissive to my man. However, and but in this day and age, if something were to happen to that man, and fellas, you think about this. You think about this long and hard. We're not talking about the 1960s. This is 2024, going on 2025. We're not talking about the 1950s where you get to go out and you go to work and you get to come home to your beautiful house and your white picket fence and your 2.2 children and your wife that looks like June Cleaver and your dog named Spot. That shit don't exist anymore. Not in a lot of neighborhoods. Nowadays, in order to make ends meet, you have to have at least two incomes, if not three. And why is that? No, it's not because of Biden. It isn't. Stop it. It's because of progress. It's because of greed. It's because of folks that want to make money off of the backs of others. In order to get ahead nowadays, you're working hour after hour after hour. Even a six-figure man nowadays, that's no money. That's no money. Women are smart enough to understand. It's not like we are like we we don't see things on social media. Um, some women may want and have been raised to believe that I want the man to be the head of the household. I want him to go out and I'm going to do my womanly duties over here and I'm going to sit at home and I'm going to have the children and I'm going to keep the house up. And there's still women that think like that. There are. But there are other women, and there's a lot of women. I'm not going to say which is more or which is less, but there are a lot of women that are out here that are now educated. We are allowed to be educated as women. We're allowed to go to college and get doctorates. You can't hold us back any longer. There are women out here that are um, viable citizens that don't want to depend on a man. And it's not because we don't like men, um, but we like to depend on ourselves. We like to uh, do things ourselves, be proud of ourselves, know that we can support ourselves. What happens, and this happened, folks. This part did happen in the 50s and the 60s, the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. These men are out here busting their asses to bring home the bread and all this kind of stuff. And the next thing you know, they're having a heart attack and dropping dead. And a woman doesn't even know how to balance a checkbook. Women have had to adapt. Women are not dumb. They have realized that if I'm bagging groceries and he's bagging groceries and he makes $1 and I make 40 cents, that's not fair. Especially if we're doing the same job. So here comes equal pay for the same position, for the same job. There are women that like to stay at home and be Susie Homemaker. There's nothing wrong with that. There isn't. But there are a lot of women that are out here that are part of the workforce. And there's a lot of women that are out here taking care of their own business, taking care of their households, that are wanting to be business owners. There are a lot of women out here that want to be successful and climb the corporate ladder. There are a lot of women out here that are able to fix a tire on a car and cook dinner at the same time. There are a lot of women out here that can be doctors and lawyers and dentists and nurses and astronauts and cheerleaders and presidents of the United States. There are women out here that are making a difference. That can't be denied. There was a time when there were no women doctors, and you've got men who don't have the same anatomy as women trying to tell women what was wrong with them. We all feel, for some unknown reason, that women are so fragile they couldn't possibly handle looking at a cadaver or seeing the sight of blood. We bleed every month. some of you men can't handle. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the machines where they put the machine on the man, and he's it what's the word I'm looking for? But it does the cramps for the women. Some of you men double over on number two, like level two of the cramps. It's like a simulation of it, and we not only do we get through the day on number two, but we get through the day on number 10. So on that, who's the weaker sex? Okay, I'm just saying. You know, there's women nowadays. If you've ever seen some of the TikTok videos and Instagram videos where women are putting watermelons and they're taping them to the man's stomach and showing him what it's like to be pregnant. Carry around an extra 10 or 15 pounds in your belly and try to tie your shoes. Try to do your regular chores, making sure the house is clean, cook your food, go to work, try to drive, do your hair. You can't find your shoes because your stomach is in the way when you're pregnant. There are things that we do as women that men don't even notice half the time. And they're small and they're slight, but they're important and they're significant. Yes, women are helpmates, but there's so much more to them than that. There's so much more that we can all be with respect and understanding. When they say make America great again, what time frame do you think they are referring to? According to the presidential election result, more women believe in that than don't. Well, I don't believe in it, and I'm a woman. So I don't, once again, when you look at people skewing numbers, I took statistics in college, and statistics are very funny, just like polls and all that kind of stuff. They're very unreliable. And they only talk to a few people, and then they always want to say, well, 10 out of 15 people say yada yada yada. And they didn't talk to everybody. They only talked to 10 or 15 people in one little area. So um, there was no make America great, especially if women want to be honest. When was America great for women? What, when we were being beaten by our husbands and raped by our husbands and still are to this day? Now we can't even get an abortion. We can't even if somebody rapes us or molests us or has incest. So now this is great. This is America being great to women. We can't even do equal pay for the equal job. I don't think that whatever it is that statistic came from was very realistic. The whole male superiority dogma was created by men to avoid competition. Same reason they claim people of color are inferior. I can agree with that. And they're mistaken, because people of color are the people that kind of started the world. Always remember this. And people of color, that includes Asian Americans, that includes Native Americans, that includes Indians, as far as from India, that includes people from Islam or Iran, or in that area. It's from people all over. You have to always remember one thing: Mexicans, people of color are not white. They've claimed we are inferior, yet and still they steal all of our inventions. They claim that we're inferior, yet they steal our land. They claim that we're inferior, yet they enslave us. They claim that we're inferior. But they want to hide our history. They claim that we're inferior. Who's inferior? And when we do talk about the Bible, we need to also mention that it hasn't been, there's a lot of books missing from it, and it hasn't been transcribed correctly because some of the language didn't exist and people didn't know how to transcribe it correctly. So guess what? They embellished. And people embellish on the Bible all the time. They do it all the time. They do it pretty much every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, especially if you're looking at the picture of Jesus. But I'm going to leave that right there. We're not going to get into religion too much, but y'all go ahead and read what the description is in the Bible of what Jesus looks like. And it ain't blonde haired and blue eyed. Just saying. We can take what other people say with a grain of salt. But if you know different, if you know better, you do different. And you have to know that when we're talking about people that are misogynistic, that in some way they're afraid. In some way they're afraid that they're going to lose control, or they're going to continue to belittle. They're going to continue to tear down. They're going to continue to make someone else feel inferior. But they're the ones that are not comfortable in their own shoes. They are not the ones that they're not comfortable in their own power. They're afraid of losing power. Misogyny is not based on strength, it's based on weakness. They are afraid of competition. They are afraid of someone being better than them. They are afraid of a woman being better than them, a woman being smarter than them, a woman beating them to the punch, a woman being able to do what they already can do. They are afraid that a woman might do it better. They're afraid that a woman might do it faster. She might do it, in a way that she gets more praise than they get. It's based on fear. Misogyny is not based on strength, it's based on weakness. And I think once you understand that, once you realize that, once you take a look at who is saying X, Y, and Z towards women, who is showing hate towards women, and you find out why, you dig deeper and you find out why they're doing that, then it makes a lot more sense. And you can understand where it's coming from. It's not a place of strength, it's a place of weakness, it's a place of fear. Not being able to let me say, okay, not being, let me think again, let me find a better way to put this. Not being able to look at women as an equal or as a partner is to me a loss, is a big loss, and is a big mistake that a lot of people make. A lot of people, especially when you're in relationships, if you're in a relationship with someone, you need somebody that's going to have your back. You need somebody that's going to be able to support you through the good, the bad, the ugly. You want to be, as they say nowadays, evenly yoked. Do you really want to have to, if you're a gentleman, and we've got some men on here, and you tell me, do you want to have a woman that you constantly have to teach and tell how to do things repeatedly over and over and over again. Who can only do the bare minimum, the things that you could actually do for yourself, to be honest? Or do you want someone that's going to be a helpmate, someone that's not going to be somebody that gets it, somebody that's going to be able to see your dreams through or help you with your dreams? Do you want a woman that's a helpmate, or do you want a woman that's a hindrance? You see, that's what mega is, another religion. That's why it's so powerful, just like Christianity. Its foundation is based on false premise. Hmm. It has been called a cult. Mega has been called a cult. And I guess, eh, I guess I could see that. I could see that because, but I can't wrap my mind around it as far as somebody being weak enough to be associated with something like this. But I guess they could be. They very well could be. Um, and they are. So yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see where it could be considered another religion or a cult. A lot of people are calling it a cult because they're acting like it, especially after the whole ear situation. And he puts this big old maxi pad on his ear and sits around and talks about, my ear grew back faster than anybody's ever. My ear, I had the fastest growing ear. And these people are dumb enough to believe it. They're just there's no scar, there's no missing, no, I mean, even Mr. Holyfield is missing a piece of his ear after Mike Tyson bit it off all those years ago. No, not Trump. he had a bullet about that big supposedly graze his ear. Come on. And they believed it hook, line, and sinker, and they're walking around with big old bandages for a little tiny cut on their ear. Okay. So yeah. Um and and not everybody's meant to lead. Some people are sheep and they just go on over the cliff with everybody else. Everybody that's sheep, they're going to walk over the cliff. If he says walk over the cliff, they walk over. What can you do? You can't do a lot about that. Um that's not me. That's not a lot of people that I know. Um if that's if that is their zhush, I guess, then that's their zhush. That's their thing. Um, but misogyny is definitely it is definitely alive and well in our country and around the world. And at its most at its most poignant poignant point, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous, and it's dangerous against women. It's dangerous against little girls. It's dangerous against young girls. It's something that there should be zero tolerance for. Because in one breath, you can't say you're going to protect all women and you're going to be there for us. And then in the next breath, you're going to allow the things that are being said about women and the way that we're being treated currently to go uncontested. One of the things I really disliked about this past election was the vile rhetoric that came out of the Republican camp towards a woman. And more importantly, I saw the lack of calling out these people for the things that were being said. And that was very disappointing. That was very disappointing, very eye-opening and very disappointing. I left real quick. I left the platform X the other day. I shut down my page like I had planned on doing that, and I took the time and did it. Didn't take as long as I thought it was going to be more involved than it was, and it wasn't. It was pretty simple. And I had somebody have the audacity to question me why I got off of X. First of all, it ain't none of your damn business why I got off of X. Just know that I did. And that's really how I feel about that. You don't question me. I'm 61. You trying to get where I'm at. You don't question me. That's number one. Number two, it's my prerogative. If I want to get off of something, if I don't want to be on a platform, I don't have to be on it. And if I want to make a grandiose announcement, I can make a grandiose announcement, but I'm not going to be questioned. I didn't have to come to my defense because one of my club brothers came to my defense. And he just took it upon himself and stepped up and he said it probably better than I would have, because I know what I would have said. I would have said it ain't none of your damn business why I got off of there. Where have you been? Are you under a rock? Why would I want to be on a platform that supports the derogatoriness towards women that is going on? Why would I want to be on that platform? But that to see a man step up and defend me without me having to say anything, that's a man to me. That is someone that gets it. That's someone that understands that certainly I can have my own thought process, and I have a good thought process. I have a good reason, and without having to go through, hoops and all that kind of stuff, he stood up for me and explained to this other gentleman, this is basically why. Basically, I'm sure you wanted to ask, have you been under a rock for the past couple of months? But he was very diplomatic, very charismatic with it, and very much told the truth and very point blank and to the point. And I don't have to worry about this person asking me anymore. I wish I could have seen more of that. I could have seen more men stand up for Kamala. You don't have to like her politics. But if you're a so-called man who feels that a woman should not be talked to or talked about in a certain way, more men should have stood up. And I did not see that. And that was very disappointing. Not only was it disappointing, but it was definitely very telling. And that's the reason why women need to be strong and independent, because we can't depend on you as men to do what you're supposed to do. And that is to defend us, and you don't do it. But you want us to lay down, open our legs, and think that you're great and you're wonderful. And you can't do the basics. Now, that's not all men, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's more and more and more. And more of you show your true colors and show that you are a coward when you can't stand up and fight for a woman that was fighting for you. I would have rather have had $50,000, even if, let's just say for the sake of argument, she could do it. Let's just say she could do it. I at least had the hope of starting my business with $50,000. I had the hope of being a first-time home buyer with $25,000 off. She had plans. But because she was a female, or because she was Black, or because she was Indian, or because she didn't dot her I the way you wanted her to, or she didn't cross her T the way she was supposed to, or she didn't answer your questions exactly the way you wanted her to, or you didn't know enough about her, she wasn't enough. She was more scrutinized. And women are more scrutinized. We go through, especially Black women, we go through more than any other fucking race in this country. Black women go through it more. We go through it. We can't get defended. We can't be offended. We can't. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to be a Black woman in the United States of America. We're damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. We too uppity, or we're the angry Black woman. We're lazy. We're everything but a child of God. We're questioned, our intelligence, our thought processes, our education levels, our skill level. Every turn, we have to be 15 times better than somebody else who is not even one time better than us. We got 40 million hoops to jump through as Black women, and everybody else has one or two. And I never thought I would say that. I never thought I would say that. But it is so fucking true. Misogyny, it has no place here. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. And if you are God-fearing, you're not cherishing the women that support you. And it doesn't matter what race. If you have a partner, if you're looking in your relationship as a partnership, if you're looking at your relationship as something that you want to build upon and you want to grow and you want to be have a healthy relationship, then you're going to need to do things differently. You're going to need to show the support instead of the hatred that you have and the majority of you were born of a woman. What the fuck is wrong with you? A woman had you. And the disdain that you have, she didn't have to have you. She could have terminated the pregnancy even without abortion. She don't need an abortion. Hell, we know how to go to the back alleys. We know the routes and the diuretics that you can take to an aborted fetus. That's been going on since the beginning of time. It's just safer to do some things a little differently nowadays, but that's been taken away, so we can forget that shit. But there's no place for the hatred of women, just like there's no place for the hatred of men. We're all we got. We're all we got. And belittling and berating and beating and discriminating and all the negativity and all the pent up frustration that you have against a man or a woman, we're all that we got. And we're blowing it. Boy, we're blowing it. Look, I can't change people's minds, but I can tell you this much. Hating women is not the answer. Hating women is not going to make anything better. Belittling them, treating them poorly. Women are strong. Women will fight. Women will find the strength, the tenacity, the courage. They will go toe to toe. When backed into a corner, she's coming out swinging. History has shown that women helped to settle the Wild West, that women are the reason that kingdoms were forged and brought together. Women are protectors and nurturers. There's more to us than that meets the eye. Than meets the eye. It's true. We're educated. We're smart. We're beautiful. We're talented. We're gifted, and we're supposed to be cherished. Misogyny is an antiquated thought process, and it is a learned behavior. Women don't owe men anything. We don't owe you a fucking thing. Women can take a beating and get up. I'm a domestic abuse survivor. I'm a survivor of rape. I'm a survivor of molestation. I should hate men, but I don't. But men have made me who I am, along with life and circumstances. I have no desire, and I don't think a lot of women do either. There are some out there, yes, that would like to be a man, but a lot of us don't want to be a man. We would love to be able to depend on a man to do what he says he's going to do, not be dependent on you, but be able to depend on you. Even the women that are docile and subservient want someone that they can depend on. Some of you want to be something that you're not. You're not a good provider. You don't have it together. And you take out your frustrations on a woman because she's there and it's easy and it's convenient, and you're a coward. There is no place for misogyny. There's no place for hatred. There's no place for violence against women. There's no place for that. Not anymore. Women are Marines. They're generals. As well as nurturers and mothers, nurses and doctors, scientists, astronauts, senators, lawyers, dancers, models, directors, CEOs, CFOs, architects, athletes, and so much more. We stand toe to toe. We fight with you. If you're our guy, we there. We 10 toes down, okay? We 10 toes down. There's no place in our society for women to be mistreated no more. We don't deserve that. We've come too far. Come too far. And don't believe everything that you read about, whether it's women that voted for Trump or women that didn't vote for Trump. Women are still women. And they sure in the hell don't want to lose their rights. If they don't want to vote, they don't have to vote. But for those women that do want to vote, we plan on holding on to our right to vote. For those women that want to have the decision to decide on their health issues, they're going to fight for that. Women are a lot tougher than you give us credit for at times. We know how to pick up the slack when you're down and out. So don't hate on us. Don't call us out our name. If you have a question, ask it properly. Understand that we're all in this together. We're all part of the human race. So let's make it a better race. Let's make it a race that we can all win. Let's make it a place that we all feel safe and we all feel comfortable. We all feel loved. We all feel respected, cherished, and honored. Respect is earned a lot of times. Some of you gentlemen need to remember that. And do the right thing for women. Stand up for them. Be there for them. Show them, if you want, that you are the leader that you say you are, not the coward. And women will show you respect and gratitude like you would not believe. No place for misogyny. No place for hatred. We've come too far. So that's my soapbox. I have so much going on in my head right now. So many thoughts, so many things that I've thought about. And there's a part of me that's just really sad. And there's a part of me that's really just disappointed. And there's a part of me that's really angry that we're even having to have this kind of conversation in this day and age at this particular point in time. But it's an important conversation to have. We've got to stop hating one another. We've got to stop. We've got to stop thinking that women can't do this and women can't do that and women can't do the other when we've been doing it all along. If you're fucking honest, you got to agree. Some of us are like the little Keebler elves. We're in the background. You don't even know that we've done stuff, but it gets done. I always think of the movie Ray when the young lady dies towards the end because of the drugs, and uh, Ray is like, "Well, I'm gonna send her something or something like that," and the wife said, "I've been sending the little boy money all along." Ray didn't even know that she knew that he had another child and that the child could come and stay with them. I mean, it was there's things like that. There's things where women, we have a lot of intuition. We know a lot more than we let on. And a lot of men miss that. They don't understand it. But the disrespect has to stop. And the not standing up for women has to stop. You call yourself a man, then do the right thing. Not just for your wife, but if you see something wrong or something going wrong or somebody doing something wrong, step to that man, step to him, put him in his place, make sure he understands this is not how things should be. We are not the bottom of your shoe, fellas. It's 2025. We've had a taste of the good life. We will cut your motherfucking asses and not think twice about it. Go to sleep. Just go to sleep. That's what we're gonna tell you. Just go to sleep. Night night. Just go to sleep. Now, if you wake up in the morning, you didn't piss me off as bad as I thought you did, but just go to sleep. You know, like I said, I've been on the end of a fist in my face. I've been on the end of hands around my neck choking me. I've been there. I've done that. And everybody will sit here, oh my God, oh, that's so terrible. Yeah, it is, but it happens. It happens every day. It happens to women all the time. Good women, nice women. It doesn't matter what we do. I could say hello and get slapped. It's not me, it's him. Fellas, it's not us that has the problem with women, it's you. And you need to figure out why. What you're afraid of. Are you afraid of us being smarter than you? Are you afraid of us being better than you? What are you afraid of? Why can't we just both be great together? Sounds like a win-win to me. My father used to say, don't let your ego stand in the way of what you need or what you want. Just a thought. So, on that note, I hope this wasn't too heavy tonight, but I feel like it's important to talk about certain things and certain topics, and certain topics are a little touchy. Misogyny is definitely a little touchy because a lot of people don't even know that they're misogynistic. Um, and we have to realize what we're doing to put us in that position. We have to also realize, are we going to stand for it? Are we going to keep being stupid and repeating dumb shit over and over and over again? Or are we going to do something different? A lot of you out there, you have wives, you have daughters, you have girlfriends, you have nieces, you have mothers. So it's a deep conversation. But in the United States of America, in my opinion, there is no room for misogyny. There is no room for the hatred of women. There is no room for the contempt or the prejudice against women or girls. There's no room for sexism that can keep women at a lower social status. Maintaining these social roles of patriarchy should not be going on in this country. The funny thing is that misogyny does not have to happen. It does not have to happen. So, it's crazy. I love to learn. I love to read history. Um, I love to understand where I came from, where we came from, and where we're headed. It's very important that the hatred of women stop throughout the world. But let's start with our own little corners. Let's start with our own little relationships. Let's watch what we say to each other. Let's watch what we say to women. Let's watch as women to from women to women and from men to women. Let's be better. Let's be more um, intentional with our wording and make sure that we're uplifting and not degrading. So, wow. I hope you guys got a little something out of this. I really do. And I hope people that are practicing misogyny will take a moment and take a step back and think about, if you have a daughter, is this how you want her man or boyfriend to treat her? Because it's not okay. It is not okay. All right, y'all. So, any last comments from anybody? I know we had some over here, and we've got some people still on here. We definitely will be back next Monday night. It might just be me again, but I would love to have somebody come on with me. If it is just me, we'll get you guys a topic together and have you guys join us or me. It just depends on for those of you that don't know, Miss Purple Reign started a new position, and I guess it was supposed to have been 10 hours and it went to 12. So that's why she didn't get to join me tonight. So she's doing a little seasonal work, bringing in a little extra income. So do understand that. If there's anything else that anyone would like to add regarding misogyny, or how we can do better, how we can get past it, how we can stay mindful of what we're saying and what we're doing and how we're treating women, that would be fabulous. Otherwise, I will see you all next Monday night right here on more Juicy Tales Erotic Chat. I hope you guys have a great, great week. Make sure you join us for Diva Day. If you are in the Cleveland area this weekend, Saturday, November 23rd, it is going down at the Embassy Suites America, the Premier Suites there on in Independence, Ohio, 6025 Jefferson, I think it's Jefferson Drive. It starts at 10 a.m. Come out and shop with some great vendors from Cleveland and beyond. So we have some out of state vendors that'll be here as well. And we're going to have a good time. So we hope that you guys will join us and be a part of Diva Day. It is right before the holidays. Some great deals will be going on, great atmosphere. And we hope that you'll come out and join us. It starts at 10 and we go 10 in the morning and we go until 4 in the afternoon this Saturday, November 23rd. Okay, remember, once again, extended, I think it's extended stay America Premier Suites. There we go. It's got these 5 words. I can't always remember everything. So, okay, guys. Well, with that said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Okay, go Cavs. I don't know what the Browns is going to do, but whatever, go Browns. But go Cavs. And we'll talk to you soon, okay? Remember to enjoy, enlightened, and embrace eroticism. Miss Jewcee out.